aliens, UFOs, and extraterrestrial life. For decades, the world has been captivated by reports of UFO sightings and encounters with otherworldly beings. In this video, we're going to take a look at the evidence and the reports that have been made, and try to make sense of this mysterious phenomenon. Let's get started. More than 150 cases of unexplained UFO encounters by military and government officials in the previous year are listed in a classified report that will be sent to Congress on Monday, sources exclusively revealed to a news channel. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence's ODNI 22-page report analyzes 366 cases, but only about half of them can be explained, according to two department-related sources. Examples include surveillance footage taken in the Middle East by Reaper drones that showed orbs flying around before suddenly bolting off the screen. Others, according to an ODNI source, are comparable to famous sightings by Navy F-18 fighter pilots of tic-tac and gimbal-shaped craft flitting near training areas off the U.S. East and West coasts, moving at supersonic speeds and exhibiting incredible maneuvers with no apparent means of propulsion. The extreme G-forces generated by the sharp turns at eye-popping speeds would have fractured the skull of a human pilot attempting the same maneuver. Some cases had uninteresting explanations, like weather balloons. But the source also mentioned brand new surveillance by foreign adversaries, including Chinese spy drones looking to learn more about U.S. military pilot training. According to sources, a classified report detailing more than 150 cases of unexplained UFO encounters in the previous year was sent to Congress. At a hearing in May, Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence Scott Bray played a video of an unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UFO. To clear up misconceptions, the Pentagon released 3 videos of UFOs shot by Navy pilots. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence, ODNI, put together the 22-page report, which examines 366 cases. According to an ODNI source, instances in the report are comparable to well-known encounters by Navy F-18 fighter pilots who observed, recorded, and registered on radar tic-tac and gimbal-shaped craft flitting near training areas off the U.S. East and West coasts while traveling at supersonic speeds and engaging in skull-crushing maneuvers with no discernible means of propulsion. The U.S. Navy captured a UFO in the shape of a pyramid. Examples given in the report include surveillance video taken by Reaper drones that showed orbs flying around before suddenly bolting off. According to sources, both the classified and unclassified versions of the report have been delayed by a few days. ODNI was scheduled to release an unclassified version of the report on Monday. The UFO dossier is the first in a series of new laws requiring greater government transparency regarding unexplained phenomena in our airspace and seas. The reports are required by the National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, which was passed last year. In comparison to the 144 sources covered by the ODNI's preliminary assessment that was released last year, the 366 case sources described in the classified report represent a significant increase. According to the June 2021 dossier, 80 reports of the 143 unexplained cases from the years 2004 to 2021 involved observation with multiple sensors. One case had been explained as a balloon. U.S. government sources were the source of every case. The report's emphasis on cases that investigators were able to solve has disappointed members of the intelligence community, who are eager for the government to address the problem of unexplained craft in our skies. The ODNI source said, they're patting themselves on the back that they've resolved over half of them. However, we could care less about the issues they have already solved. Yes, balloons are up there, and balloons can occasionally be mistaken for UAP. However, There are a ton of clear and profound classified videos available. They really don't know what the hell they are, so they don't want to talk about this stuff. That is the reality. The Armed Services, Appropriations, Foreign Affairs, and Intelligence Committees of the House and Senate have received the classified report. In its first public hearing on UFOs in 54 years, the House Intelligence Committee interrogated Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security Ronald Moultrie and Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence Scott Bray. A map displays a number of USS destroyers that were out on patrol when they were suddenly overrun by flying drones that could cover great distances quickly. ARTCC recordings from August 18, 2022, feature two pilots. We have a few aircraft to our north, and he is flying at a much higher altitude than we are, going in circles. Do you know what they are? Mark Hulsey, a former fighter pilot, radioed in. Under the terms of the 2022 NDAA, which was signed into law last December, the government must publish an annual report on UFO sightings by October 31st. Ryan Graves, a former Navy lieutenant, frequently observed UFOs in restricted airspace. According to the ODNI source, there are numerous classified UFO videos shot by MQ-9 Reaper drones abroad that are stored on government servers. These drones are flying around and operating between 20,000 and 25,000 feet in the air. One video that the source has seen depicts a UFO descending into the water without making a splash. They said there were some really amazing videos. The ODNI source criticized the department's dossier, claiming it ignored the numerous intriguing and concerning unexplained cases. It was not as thorough as you might have expected. One of the Navy F-18 pilots, Ryan Graves, observed gimbal-shaped objects pulling high-gravity turns and exhibiting no propulsion heat signature on infrared cameras. He warned against ignoring such cases in a tweet on Friday. Expect to see sporadic attempts to maintain the social superiority used to jeer those who bring up UAP, wrote Graves. A conclusive analysis of UAP compromises national security, aviation safety, and common sense. Being incorrect is acceptable, but ignoring the problem is not. Expect to see sporadic attempts to maintain the social superiority used to jeer those who bring up the subject of UAP, Graves tweeted. As more and more information comes out about unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, it is increasingly difficult to ignore the possibility of intelligent life beyond Earth. Scientists, academics, and even world governments are now taking the issue seriously, while private individuals are able to research UAPs using data collected by organizations such as the Stars Academy of Arts and Science and the Department of Defense. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe and watch other interesting videos in our channel.